A day in a life with Chris Gethin. No, I haven't turned into a doctor, but I'm a frequent patient, unfortunately. I just had an x-ray, and even a woman there said, you should have a punch card. The amount of times I've x-rayed you, it's crazy. And now I'm sat in a waiting room to get an MRI on my shoulder. So I've had surgery on the shoulder before, and I'm hoping I don't need it again. When I was snowboarding yesterday, I just had a very simple, basic, non-braggatory fall, and something went in my shoulder. I didn't really feel it at the time, but when I went to take my helmet off or my goggles off, that's when I really felt it. And I'm like, oh, wow, I can't lift my arm. That's not good. So here I am getting it sorted. And I tell you what, I've probably had over 50 MRIs and over 50 x-rays, probably a lot more than that actually, over my lifetime, just getting into doing stupid stuff, like mountain biking, motocross, surfing, snowboarding. It's never really in the gym. It's always doing something outside. And the thing is, I'm not going to slow down anytime soon. So I just have to deal with it. It's like with anything, you have to make a sacrifice. Like if I want to be healthy, then that sacrifice is that I'm going to have a much smaller variety of foods, and I'm going to eat them every day, like I have done for the past 28 years. That's a sacrifice I'm going to make. So if it comes to seeking adventure and doing some more extreme sports, then the injuries, the sacrifice that I'm willing to make. Fortunately, I do have a high pain threshold, so the pain just doesn't bother me. What does bother me is just trying to do day-to-day stuff. So the only reason my hand is up here right now is because I'm leaning on this armrest. I couldn't, like, it took me 10 minutes to dress myself this morning. And then it took me about 5 minutes to put this bloody top on because I can't lift my shoulder up. And then I'm going to have an MRI on my left knee as well, because I got a torn ACL and meniscus there that I've had for a few years, and it's got much worse over the past 4 or 5 weeks. So I'm going to have an MRI there, and hopefully I can avoid surgery in both of these areas. But I'd say I'm probably going to be taking a flight to Tijuana again to get some stem cells, because stem cells have been life-changing for me. So I'll be going to get shot up again if even if I have surgery. I've had stem cells post-surgery, and it's really helped with the healing process. So regardless, I'm going to get them done. But just, if any of you are out there dealing with any type of injury whatsoever, it's not that bad. It's okay, We always think that our situation is worse than everybody else's. And it's easy to come down with depression, following some sort of setback or injury or loss or whatnot. But then you just need to take a look around and think, okay, I do still have my health. I'm a great looking guy. And then, there's so many attributes to your life that we don't always focus on as being positive, because we focus on a negative. That's why you'll see a post and a shitload of negative comments underneath it, because people thrive off that. People are polarizing, Anyways, I will keep you informed after I've had the MRI results and let you know what is up. All right, guys, I'm leaving the hospital now. I managed to get x-rays on my shoulder, my knee, and I had MRIs on my shoulder and knee. So we will await the results so I can report. One thing I did do this morning, I took BBC 157, TB 500, and GHKCU. I did both the BBC in injectable, and I did all the others oral as well. So I try to hit it from a two-prong approach. Also had the red light from Lumaflex on my shoulder while lying on the PEMF mat. And that's exactly what I'm going to do when I get home now, is get on the PEMF again, put the red light, and just keep it mobile. One thing that I failed to mention as well, you can't see it right now, I'm driving, but I'm wearing my Bahi earthing grounding trainers. So one thing that I'm always conscious of when I'm getting x-rays, is all the radiation, like at airports or, MRIs, scanning machines and x-rays. There's a bit of radiation there that's penetrating into me. So I want to ensure that it passes through me by grounding myself immediately before and after those x-rays. I'm not going to walk outside the hospital barefoot, hence why I have the grounding trainers from Bahi, and that's why I suggest them to all my clients as well. I think they're freaking awesome. They're comfortable, it's easy. Of course, I always say if you can do your ancestral tenets, do that. If it's not convenient, then use biohacks. Today's technology with our ancestral wisdom, merge them together when appropriate. The other thing I wanted to say about, dealing with these injuries, I think the most important part of the recovery process is keeping a positive mindset. Invite positivity into your universe. Be grateful for the things that you do have, not what you've just kind of lost or, what you're dwelling on. Keep thinking positive thoughts because the cells are listening. I guarantee that. Someone's always talking about being sick and complaining and whatnot. Those people don't usually have the best of lives, and some complications that go with it. So is this going to be a cure? No, but could it help? Sure, why not? So if you have that choice, then make that choice, make it a positive one. So I promised yesterday that I'd give you an update on my MRIs and x-rays as soon as I got the results, and I got the results today. Had a call with Dr. Caleb Reddin. Good news, tendons in the shoulder pretty much intact. But bad news is I knocked a big chunk of my articular cartilage out. So, and there's nothing really you can do about that. So the pain that I'm feeling when I lift my arm up is the bone pushing into the bone, like the ball and socket, right into, the top bone there. What's it called? The chromium, I can't remember, but it's the articulate area is where the cartilage is gone. I've knocked a big chunk of it out, unfortunately. And he assumes that there must have been a crack there before in order for that big of a chunk to come out, and there must have been some sort of weakness. So, and there's nothing you can do other than wait. I have spoken to Scotty. I sent Scotty a message, who is the co-owner of CPI Stem Cells, to see if there's anything he feels they can do. And then moving on to my meniscus. So the meniscus has torn more and more. It's continued to fray where it does need surgery now. That's why I just can't train quads, I guess. And so I'm traveling now as of the day after tomorrow. I'm traveling basically for the rest of the month. So when I come back, I will have a consult with the doctor, the surgeon who has operated on me before. He did my tricep, reattached it, and then talk about the surgery that I have to have on the knee and then the recovery. I'm hoping I can get that surgery about a week after the 4th, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to make it to the Arnold Classic, even if I'm on crutches, because I do have a couple of appearances there, some meetings and whatnot, and I'm supposed to go directly from the Arnold to India for a couple of weeks. So we'll see how that pans out. But it doesn't look like I'll be doing much training now, because I can't train quads, can't train upper body, that's for sure, until, some of this discomfort dissipates. So I'll have to occupy myself with cardio and hamstrings, I guess, and making sure that I go in a sauna because, those heat shock proteins from the sauna actually can prevent muscle atrophy as well. So, we'll just take it as it comes. There's nothing really we can do other than just think forward, and that's it. And invite positivity for a positive outcome.